Good morning, people. Did y'all see that versus last night? Huh? Did you see the versus last night? Okay, so for my generation, which would be 70s babies, we grew up in the 80s and was in college in the 90s. Okay? And for my generation, that versus was the equivalent of the Isley Brother and versus the Earth, Wind and Fire. That yesterday. For me. You know, for me, I missed the Ghostface and the Raekwon. I saw some of it, but I kind of passed out on that one. My God, I had a good time watching the verses. And as always, you know, we all know Method Man, that is. Johnny Blaze. Okay. Has always been fine. I have loved him since Protect Your Neck. Since METHOD, man. Yet, I love me some Method Man from back in the day, okay? And age have done nothing but make him better, okay? Now, did you see the spoof that Affion and Spice Adams did? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hilarious. They have to be a part of this whole versus thing, like an after party, after the versus type of situation, yo. I did, though, I clocked out early, not due to the holiday celebration, but because they was doing that long ass shit like the Isley Brothers and the and Earth, Wind and Fire. So I cut it off because Zooming with the Homies was on, okay? And I don't know how long we're gonna get it, especially once Tahir goes on tour, you know. So I want to get as many live viewings as I can, because that's my freaking show. And yes, he should charge for it, or get some type of ads. We'll deal with the ads to here. We'll deal with the ads. You know, get you some ads with Zoom with the Homies so you can get paid up off of that awesome platform that you have. But yes, so I went on over to Zooming with the Homies so that I can watch some of that. I was wondering if they was gonna say anything about that. Also, homeboy who was the major officer that was kneeling on George Floyd's neck, was convicted of all 3 counts of murder, basically. It wasn't first-hand murder, but he was convicted. It feels like OJ again for me. Well, no, it doesn't really feel like OJ. I mean, like, as far as, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I had to think about that. It doesn't really feel like OJ as opposed, like, where a black man is defending himself and it's, 30 years later, so I can talk on it. It's not like a black man got away with something we know he did. Okay. But it feels like OJ in the factor of the rare times in our lives that the justice system has skewed in our favor. And I'm very happy about it. I'm very happy, and I'm a bit scared. Not like shaking in my boots, not fearing for my son. But concerned because how many more now is going to get killed? I mean, like, literally they killed another black man while trying a police officer for killing a black man last year. You know what I'm saying? A police officer killed a 15-year-old who called the police to assist. She got killed. A 15-year-old girl. How much more is the brutality is going to pick up? Because, yay, that one guy got convicted for what he did. Is this going to be not a trend, but a change where those officers that offered the female police officer, yeah, I'm glad you retired or whatever you do, fuck that. You still need to go for trial and you need to be found guilty for killing that man. That young man, he had his whole life ahead of him. He was a father. And you took a daughter's father because you didn't know the difference between your taser and your fucking gun. At what point? That means that if either one, you don't know better. And you don't need to own any type of weapon for yourself or for your job. But that means you also, if you did not know the difference, that means you blacked out when you held it. You blacked out. Or you did it on purpose and you used the same excuses that happened, that you used in the past, that worked for other officers, and thought on the week that they were freaking trying this dude. That tells me a few things. Okay? That tells me that you thought that your boy was going to get off. That they weren't going to find him guilty of all three. That you was bold enough to kill another black man and use some lame excuse. Because homeboy, and I don't even know his damn name, Mike, Joe, Jim, I don't know what the fuck his name is. I don't care. Okay. Looked mighty. He looked surprised that he actually, like, do they know I'm a white man? Kev on Stage did a video on it. Check him out, Kev on Stage Studios on YouTube and on Instagram. He looked really surprised that he actually, like, all three. Maybe he thought, I'll get one of the lesser charges, but all three? He must have thought that he had it in the pocket with the jury. And so did his other police officer. Say they would surely not convict me. Okay, so now the thing is, what is the verdict on, what is the judge going to give him as far as time? What is he going to have to pay for him being guilty of murdering a black man? What is he gonna be given? What is going to be taken aside from his freedom? Because I don't want him getting out of jail if he survives. You know, if he don't kill himself. Because he's going to have to be in a prison, in a jail where he put some of these people. It may have put them in there unrightfully. He's going to be in there. He's going to taste the nasty food of the jail. He's going to experience the nastiness and the lack of privacy. And he's going to have to deal with the people that he put in there while he waits for his sentence. So, yay. Justice skewed in our favor this time. But what's going to happen to the police officer that killed the 15-year-old girl outside of Minneapolis and Minnesota? What's going to happen to the police officer that killed the young man, the 20-year-old man, the father, young man? Thinking that, I thought it was my taser. Like, at what point did you not recognize that you didn't have a gun? I mean, that you had a gun in your hand? What's going to really happen to her? She needs to go through criminal charges need to be brought against her. She needs to be stripped of her ability to work in any type of law enforcement, all the way down to security. Like, bitch, you can't even be an unarmed security because you don't know how to act under pressure. You need to get you some secretarial job somewhere with your uncle, you know. Shit, she shouldn't even be free, to be honest with you. And what about Breonna Taylor? What's going to happen with those dudes? Nothing. Because they found that they were doing what they did, a part of their job. Because of the laws, FYI, in that state. So it's not what the justice system is going to do at this point. After Breonna, because she may never find justice for her death. Now the question is, what are you, those that live in that state where Breonna Taylor lived, what are you going to do come election day? Are you going to let this injustice go? Are you going to not write your state Congress people or, judicial, whatever, whoever makes the laws in your state and in your city and in your county that allows that type of no-knock warrant, to take that off the books? What are you going to do? This was not what I was planning on talking about, because I'm almost at my workplace. I'm running a little late because I had an awesome time, and God didn't want me to talk about it yet, but there's a lot. Oh my God, oh my goodness. And it's always been there, and there's pastors that taught on this subject, but the way that the Holy Spirit have revealed it to me is amazing. I completely understand it. I understand other scriptures, when it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I know I cut it off real quick because I was really excited about it until I started talking about the guilty, the homeboy being guilty on all charges. I'm happy for the family of George Floyd. The other police officers, though they were not the main ones on it because they didn't stop it, they need to suffer something too. Their pension, they can't retire, you know, something to make it right, because you sat there and you let this man sit on his neck. It's like the oldest sibling, I am one, that I would get in trouble when my younger siblings did stuff because I let them do it. So, same here. You, as other police officers, I don't care if you're a veteran in it or not, or if you were training, you know what's right and what's wrong. I would hope if you are a police officer. You need to get it too. An attempted murder or assisted, accomplice, in fact, of this murder. You're an accomplice. You let it happen. You let your coworker do something that killed someone and you watched it happen. And you didn't arrest him for murder. You didn't do nothing. So you deserve it too. I don't care if it was a black man in that allowed that to happen. He need to get it too. He need to get it all too. They need to get it too. But Breonna Taylor, y'all, those who are citizens of that incident, because I don't recall it right now. I don't think it's in Georgia, because if it happened in Georgia or in the city of Atlanta, Keisha Lance Bottoms, then Stacey Abrams would have been all over that. But about changing that rule or law, but you need to change those no-knock warrants. But it feels good. I mean, we got a little taste of that with the police officer that claimed that she didn't know it was her apartment and she killed a young man that was chilling in his own apartment. Like, how the hell you got keys to get into somebody else's apartment? Something sounds shady, and I do think his family need to be investigated about that. But, who listens to me? Okay, so you just gonna stand in the street, sir? Anyway, I mean, like, I don't want to hit a person. That's not my spirit. Anyway, so y'all have a good day. Enjoy the justice that we receive, black people. Pray for more to come. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a beautiful day.